So recently I learned about this idea about constraints, theory of constraint, working on your constraints. So imagine you have a ladder or any building thing. Let's say a building. You're building a building. You're building a building, and the goal is to make the tallest building. With 40 stories or whatever. And all you're doing is that you're building one wall at a time. Building goes like this, two and two, and the beams. You're just putting two walls horizontal to each other going up. You're making progress. You're working at it. Boom, boom. You're consistent at it. You're disciplined. But the thing is, you're just making these two blocks. Sure, you might have made couple, on the other side from bottom. Maybe you made 2 stories, but other than that, you're just building side ones. And most people do that because they love doing that part of their discipline. When I say discipline, they're part of whatever goal they're working on. They love one specific thing about it, and they're not ignoring the other part. They do not just they just don't even realize that they have to build it together. So once they go so high, it gets so wobbly that there's a chance it might just come back down and take you with it. That 2 stories you kind of built, actually, the whole way, they might go too. So the point here is that when you're working on a goal, when you're working on your passion like YouTube and stuff, for me, you can work on YouTube, be so excited about building, yet you ignore the other parts of your life. Other parts, maybe making money, because in the start YouTube isn't making money. You may forget about your physique, you may forget about you're not eating well, you don't have any other skills, etc, etc. My part was like, I need to fucking make money. I'll get into my personal example later, but the thing is, you have to realize, okay, shit, I got this shit done. Okay, let's make it stable right there, and let's build the other way. If we're taking a ladder, we put the 2 beams on the side, but now let's put the freaking middle piece in so we can actually step on it, so we can actually become a better person, so we can actually acquire that skill, be better at the thing we're actually doing. Because you can make these beams as long as possible, my guy. Until you have the middle part, you won't be able to step up. You won't be able to step up the game. And how you build, and why, that's the middle part is this constraint. You're not focused on it. It's not like people don't really ignore that part, because if you realize, then why wouldn't you work? You're working here, might as well work on this, because the more you work on this, it'll make easy to make this. It's just something people don't realize. I didn't realize. So part of it is, I'm kind of actually, I didn't realize that I was already on this path of making sure my constraints are taken care of. And that was, I wanna live a free life. Freedom of location, freedom of time, freedom of this, freedom of finances, everything. And the constraint was that my credit card debt. The constraint was until I'm free from every other random expense that I don't need, I'm like chained up in this weird phenomenon of like, I literally won't be able to be free. So I do need to give priority to my paying off my bills as soon as possible, because I can build this YouTube as far as possible, as big, big I want, I can post as many videos I want, but I won't be free until I have taken care of my credit card stuff, until I've taken care of my bills, until I've taken care of like I'm living as minimal as possible so I can be essentially be free. You know, that's literally my goal, to be like be free from everything. If I need anything, I'd rather pay extra for something nice rather than being chained in from a freaking subscription in a way. You know, I had like haircut subscription. Yeah, they have here in my city, I guess. It was like $40 a month. Sure, it's not that a lot. But then I realized they're not the best people ever. They're like hairstylists. They're not barbers. Depend, some people like barbers, some people don't. Sometimes I like hairstylists, sometimes I like barbers. But the thing is, that's another video to talk about what's the difference between barbers and style. Anyway, I'll probably would not make that. Anyways, the point is that I was literally chained to go just there. Sure, it was easy, sure, but like, I wanted for the freedom I wanted to let that go. So I canceled it. I'd rather go to a barber, pay freaking $60 one time, get a fresh cut, sometimes even better cut, than, worry about $40 every month and being chained with it. So that was, I guess, a side tangent we went on. So that part we had to see is, what are we like? Sure, whatever we're working on, that's going well and good, but what is the thing that may hold us back eventually? Sure, making more money is, some may say, just make more money. That's a whole different ladder we have to build. For the ladder we are right now, how can we get as far as possible? Get rid of all the bills, pay off all the credit cards, get rid of the bills, get rid of freaking subscriptions that you never use or anything. It's just because, like, convenience of once or twice a month. I'd rather pay more than to be chained in with some freaking subscription. I'm not a fucking slave to a freaking subscription. That was my mind. So like, I'm not going to be slave to freaking Amazon Prime. What the fuck? Get out of here. I don't need you. Would I rather have like 1 day free delivery, or would I rather have freedom of like, okay, yeah, I don't have to pay this. I'm like, I don't have any bills. I'd rather pick that. Like, and every day, the peace of mind, the freedom is worth so much more to me than get 1 day free delivery, get Prime delivery fast. I'd rather pay more for that one time thing I want than be chained in with a subscription. That's the process. But anyways, the benefit of this is that once you figure out your constraint, now you're building your foundation so much stronger. Now you're the whole image of the goal is coming up together. Imagine like an artist just drawing, artist drawing a portrait or whatever, but they're only worried about goddamn nose, making the most detailed version as possible. They can be the best person, with drawing that nose, but will they win? I don't think so, because the point was to build the whole portrait, not to build the most detailed nose ever. Sure, if the goal was to build the most detailed nose on the portrait, sure, they would win. But if the goal was to build the most shredded tricep, sure, you will too. But the goal is to build the whole body. The goal is to draw the whole portrait. So overall, we have to make sure we're doing the whole thing, and we're not just focused on this one thing. The thing is, again, it's not that people ignore everything else. It's just that they don't realize they've been so hyper focused on this one small thing that they can get better results once they focus on other things out of that hyper focused thing. You can get a better body when you start focusing so much on freaking triceps and be like, oh, maybe I need to work on my back too. Or maybe I need to work on my goddamn calves too. I see you calves, people. Anyways, I work on calves, but I just did today and it's not good. Calves, they're getting better now, but like they always hurt. The next day they always hurt. But anyways, so that's the thing. So identify. First step, identify if you are hyper focused on one thing and you don't realize that other things need to come up with that for it to be a whole picture. Now, you realize the problem. Oh, I've been hyper focused on this. Now, spend more time working on the other part. Easy as that. You've been working so much on that specific part that you didn't realize that all the time you took away from the other parts. Now you have to give back the same time you took away. Sure, you can maintain your triceps, right? With not too many and not too less exercises. Yeah, you can build your back with a bit more sets, a bit more working out. So that's the goal. You take away from time, obviously, and you give time back to where it belongs. That was your back, not your tricep. You're giving your back time to your fucking triceps? Are you fucking crazy? Are you freaking crazy, brother? Anyways, so once you start doing that, it's balanced out. Now you have to make sure it doesn't happen again. We do not make same mistakes again. We learn, we move on, and we keep it like that. We learn, and now it's the time to build everything together. Adjust what was the mistakes you were doing before. Was there too many triceps exercises in your fitness plan from the whole time? Maybe that's the root reason. What was the root cause of it? Maybe my spendings were too obnoxious. Maybe I shouldn't have quit my job, blah, blah, blah. You know, what was the root cause? Let's not make it happen again. Let's remove other expenses. Let's remove other distractions. And that's how you build a strong fucking foundation and strong building, a ladder that you can climb to the freaking top, my guy. And that's how you get your goals, baby. That's how you get your goals. So that was today's video. I'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Mwah.